And greetings everybody, welcome back to Rebuilding the Commonwealth with myself. Yes, we're back here at Jamaica Plains. I just looked the other day, I've taken a few days off to spend some time with my partner for Valentine's. I've come back and found I'm at nearly 200 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I remember I was only hitting 100 about a month ago, which is pretty incredible growth considering how long the series has gone on. So if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate every one of you that's come along. And on that note, please, if you are new, like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out. I respond to every comment. I take on every suggestion. I'll respond to it. I might do it. I might do it with a twist. You never know. But I won't bore you with the rest. It really helps me out. But yes, we're here at Jamaica Plain. So what is new? Well, not too much. I still haven't furnished our hotel yet, though it is looking really cool. The parochial house is still just as nice as it was before. I still need to put that wall in there to finish it off. The boardwalk over here is nice. You will notice I've torn down this house over here. I'm playing around with a few designs to try and turn this into something. I haven't quite fleshed out what I want to do with it yet because it's just too small for what I had in mind, but it's too big for something else. So I've got a little bit of thinking to do on it. I can make it 3 stories, but yeah, I'm still messing around with this, so don't pay too much attention. So that's that. You're probably wondering where all my equipment has gone. Well, I've moved it into this construction site here for now. So all of our equipment and armour and Minuteman stuff is in this house, which is due to be completed, but not yet. Apart from that, I haven't really done anything else since last episode. I mean, this townhouse looks amazing. Like, if I had to live in this settlement, I would probably choose this house. It feels and looks so homely. Like, I could genuinely imagine living here if it was post-apocalyptic. So, I do like that. But we are moving to the other end of town for this episode. Also, that needs decorating still. Haven't got round to that yet. Haven't got round to a lot of things. But we're going to get some commercial going here because I feel like we've neglected down here. Oh god, I think that's a raiding party. Let's deal with these guys right quick. Sometimes dealing with these guys myself is actually more beneficial because this gun has instigating on it, which is double damage as long as the target is at full health. Which means if the settlers don't mess with them, then I pretty much kill them every time because, well, obviously double damage on top of this absurdly powerful CS5. To quote Phil Swift, that's a lot of damage. There we go. That wasn't too difficult, was it? Nice one. Okay. Where was I? So, this diner, I want to actually do something with this. We want to get a bit of commercial. We want to get a bit of leisure activities in. We want to get this place feeling happier. And, you know, as it should be, really. I probably want to repath this, create maybe a green space here. Maybe repurpose some of this old rubbish. I can't do anything with this with the menu, so let me quick save in case I mess this up. So what I want to do is disable the play equipment that we have out. This will need to go as well. That will need to go. And this will need to go. Like that. By the way, if you have ideas for the house on the other end of the settlement, please let me know. That is really glitchy. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, if you have ideas for the house just past the church, please let me know. It's not like I'm spoiling for ideas, but I've kind of stalled a little bit on it. Like I know the general direction I want to go, but I'm not quite sure how to execute it. So if you guys have ideas, please leave them below. I will read them. As I say, I read every comment. May not respond, especially if there's a comment like "fuck you," but you know what I mean. Right, so that's now clear. These shrubs here will get in the way. Okay, cool. This is a shrub here. Excellent. Brilliant. I'll move this lamp out of the way for now because I have an idea for it. I want to leave these wires up because these are quite integral to the settlement in terms of the architecture. But this is a nice flat area, and I'm thinking I want to fortify this part of the settlement. So, under the specials here, I believe it's the miscellaneous. We have these big buses. You can have the ones with the wheels and without the wheels. But I'm fairly certain the office and stores. I want to say it's office and stores. No. Okay, it's probably snappy builds then. Because everything is snappy builds. No, it's not going to be under the lights. I know I've seen it. That's the thing. There we go. It's under buildings in here. Now these ones have the wheels. Okay, they're not in amazing shape, but they do have their own self-contained lighting, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Also, they're only accessible from one direction. So if I place a couple of these buses... also, I have to give credit to my girlfriend for this idea because she kind of gave me this idea first. Now, these do require a direct power connection, so... Ooh, this is going to be a bit tricky to place. I might have to put it right up to the waterfront. The reason I want to put it right up to the waterfront is because that essentially makes the wall of the settlement. These buses make the wall of the settlement. So I'm going to shove these across just a tad. Just so that the bumper is not pushed into the stone here. Like that. This bus will need to be a bit further. I'm going to rotate it and move it a tad towards me. It's so close to the border that I think I wouldn't actually be able to put anything in it. Yeah, like that. So the bus wheels, I don't want them hanging over the edge. I mean, that's fine. That's ever so slightly overhanging, but we can deal with that. You can also walk on the bus, which is great. Now, here's the thing. If we put down a generator, what exactly does that give us? So, under power, we'll put down a regular generator. There's a good question. What does that actually do? I'm sure it does something. Maybe on the outside? I mean, it attaches from the back and front. But I'm not actually sure what that power does. I reckon we could probably just get away without even having the generator, I'll be honest. Do you know what? I think I liked it how it was, so I don't actually care about that bus going through the ledge at all. I'm going to bump these together properly and get these properly out of the way. There you go. So that essentially creates the outside wall of this part of the settlement. This can also be a home. I mean, the glass here is not only opaque. Oh, this is not bulletproof. I don't actually think that's bulletproof. Oh yeah, I forget. My mouse is now double tapping. I do actually have a new one, which I just haven't changed. So what we're going to have to do is bulletproof these windows. Because let's face it, we don't want our settlers getting shot while they're sleeping in here. I mean, this is actually going to be a home. These buses are going to be homes. This is going to be essentially like a market street of sorts. What I'm going to do is extend the retaining wall in some way. I don't really want to destroy that because this is sort of mission critical, as it were, to the settlement. It's okay though. Okay, so we've got the rounded top retainer walls here. So if I go to landscaping, sidewalks, retaining wall, sorry. What we're going to do is extend the wall ever so slightly across, just to make it look as though it continues on, almost like creating a natural defense. Just trying to match the type of brick we've got here. I think this is the brick. So I'm going to put this one in here. Going to make sure it matches. Yeah, I want it to be dead center. Now the wall caps will cap off the top of the wall here. And I'm going to put in some sidewalks. What on earth is going on? I haven't heard that noise. It's a super mutant patrol. Of course it is. Nice. That's it, reload nice and quickly. Thank you very much. Thank you for playing. And thank you for playing. Thank you for playing. Not forgetting you, of course. Jamaica Plain appears to be a top tourist destination for all of the Wasteland's uglies, I'm telling you. Right, back to what we were doing. Right, we're going to put in a sidewalk across the top here. Will it snap? Yes, it will. It snaps to the wrong thing, but it snaps straight, which is fine. We'll lower it down to there. We'll bring it just high enough to match with that. Now, hopefully, we should get it to snap all the way across. Okay, so it doesn't quite match here, but that is because we rotated it. So we'll rotate it again, match that together, do the 0.1 trick, and then match another sidewalk into that, another sidewalk into that, and I think the retaining wall stairs, we should have a small set of steps like this that we can use to snap onto it. That looks like it's a bit more like it. So in order to extend that, am I just looking in the wrong place? Yes, I am. We'll put a piece of mini sidewalk in here. No, we won't, because that doesn't match. We'll put that in there. And then we'll snap it back just so it matches the right length. Oh, balls. I sent it flying, didn't I? That's how we do it. The 0.1 trick. It doesn't quite line up, but it does now. Cool. Now we're going to put another sidewalk piece onto the side of each of these to expand the influence of the retaining wall, if you catch my drift. That's it. The steps can go in like that. Now this is going to be messing with the structure slightly of the original architecture, but it's going to be worth doing, let me assure you. Yeah, so this retaining wall and its associated pieces need pushing back just by 5 units. Nothing more. Because this part is not strictly mission critical. Okay. Now we're going to put in some big retaining steps in here. Match them up at the same height. And then we're going to pull them out enough for them to make a difference here. That's how big the sidewalk needs to be to get the effect that we're looking for. So under the flat sidewalk, we're going to use a big piece. By the way, I have no plan for this. This is literally me improvising. And that fits exceptionally well. I don't think I could have got that the way I wanted it if I planned it. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, that needs to go in there. Yeah, lovely. This retaining wall can come a bit closer. And then the retaining wall can come out and around. Excuse me. So we'll put a staircase here, staircase here. That does match, but not quite. Can we overlap one? Yes, we can. You can barely tell that that meets in the same way. So let's just blend it enough. Like so. Then we'll blend this back a step like that. And that looks perfect. Right, so flat walls. Do excuse me, guys. Just had a quick phone call. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. That's the column we're looking for. Make sure it goes in lengthways. Then we'll snap that in here. Now, do I put the retaining wall at the bottom or the top? I think I'll put it near the bottom. So, going to push that back. Then we'll stick the wall in here. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty disgusting, that look. Excellent. Now we stick the end caps, or rather the top caps. Does that create another glitch? No, it doesn't, surprisingly. So I'm just going to push this back a touch so that that's not showing. Brilliant. Now we'll put in another one of these here. To be honest, we need another one of these first. Make sure this goes in lengthways. Ooh, I don't think this is going to snap. It's fine. We'll just do it a different way. So we'll stick that there. Then we'll snap this into this column. I don't know about you, but that looks a lot lower. So the top of the stairs here is lined up to 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks down. So let's bring this up to here. I believe that's the height that it should be. Then we put one of these in. And now it's the correct height. We'll put another one of those in. Make sure it goes in lengthways. Then we put this in. Actually, what am I doing? This is supposed to be down here. Yes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks down. The top of the stairs there, 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks down. Like so. Yeah, that's it. Because the wall then matches up but needs to be overlapped to be correct. That's it. Move it over to 100 units. Put it back the other way. Then put another wall in there. Should be another one of these at the bottom of these steps. Top of that is aligned to the 4th one down. Yep. That's right. Snap that in place, then we'll snap that into place. Set it up to 100 units and draw it back to the correct location. Just jump on top and make sure it's correct. This is not quite correct because this doesn't even come to the stairs. It's fine. Oh, there we go. So I just had it. So bring it back by 100. Along by a few units here. It is off by a few units. That's fine. Reduce it down and do the 0.1 trick. Snap that into place. Snap that up by 0.1, and that's correct. We'll file the end caps over the top. And now we have a little promenade leading up to these. This path here can stay. As I say, it's mission critical to Jamaica Plains, so I may reinforce this wall though with a few of my other pieces of kit. But I think this is a nice little promenade. I think I can put residential street lamps quite comfortably on the edges here. So let me get another light. Street lamp, residential. I use the residential ones because they give a nice yellow glow like this. As well, if we get attacked from this side, we have bulletproof windows, and we have, say, the power station here, or like a power area, it's not going to get hit by stray gunfire. So we're a bit more secure having these buses here. A bit of protection from the outside world. Also under snappy builds on landscaping, we do have these park things. Now the foundation edges have, of course, these lovely plant pots, which we can use to decorate, which is exactly what I'm going to use them for. So I'm going to have one here. Going to have one just here. Okay, I might have to do some landscape finagling here, but I'm going to make it work, trust me. And then I'm going to have another one of these plant pots just here. Now, sidewalks. We're going to decorate this by putting in an actual sidewalk along the roadway here. Now I want a curb. A bit like this to start the path along. Now do we have one which isn't messed up, which has grass on one side? I mean, a bit like that, really. I mean, the issue with that is it curves upwards a tad. But I mean, we might be able to work with it. Yeah, so if I pull the curb inwards and blend that into there. We don't really have many curved sidewalks. Not the kind of curb I'm looking for anyway. Now that's a curb going the wrong way. That's a driveway. Don't want that. I mean, that's correct, but it's way too wide. Unless... Nah, that doesn't work. That's way too big. Way too big. That has the curb on the wrong side. The curb needs to be on the inside, not the outside. Nice. Right, we might have to mess with this another way. I might have to piece this together, block by block, and then fix it as we go. It's not the ideal way to do it, but it's probably the only way to do it. So if I make sure the curbs match up the best I possibly can. We need a big flat sidewalk at the base of these steps. Does this snap to the steps? No, it doesn't, but I can work with that. Yeah, so if I set the sidewalk to this height, and we line them up like so. That looks a little bit off, it really does. That's a little bit nicer. Now this is going to be grass, which is fine. Where it says water, if I delete that, that's going to delete the whole pond over there. Or at least a large chunk of it. I do not want to touch that. Just saying now, do not touch that. Okay, now if I make... Oh, how am I going to do this? If I go to curbs, and I get a small rounded curb like this. Let's just use this as a template here. Yes, I get that it's in the wrong place, but can I shrink this and sink it enough? No, I can't. I really have to mess with the banking on that to get the result that I want out of it, which isn't good. It's pretty terrible. That's got a curb on two sides, which again we don't want. Alright, do we have a short piece with grass? Short piece with grass? Okay, we don't have one with grass, but we can still make this work. This one only has a curb on one corner, one side rather, which is what I want. Can I get it to snap to the correct place though? That is a problem. That's the one I want, just there. Now, I can afford to lower this by a couple of units. Just enough to blend the heights, like so. My issue now is that I'd have to raise this by that much to cover up the terrain underneath. I know this seems pernickety, but it is in the pursuit of perfection, something which will ruin me if I keep going for it. You know what? That's okay. That is a-okay. Because what I can do here is under the flat part of the sidewalk, or is it the curbs? We do have the free floating curbs right here. Now, because these are freestanding, I do have to position them manually. The good thing is, compared to the other curbs that I've used, they don't snap, so I can position them perfectly. I can position them exactly to my liking. Okay, yeah, that is a bank there, which I need to avoid if possible. Bring it down to the ground, like so. And then we'll use the short piece right here. Turn off the ground snapping. Lovely. Okay, so that now has a curb. And you can now walk along this. Yeah, that needs to come up to hide the seam across here. Right. Okay, so foundation edges. I need to hide the gradient here. Just trying to think how I can do that without drawing too much attention to it. If I get the strip of grass, I need the good grass. Yeah. Can I get a strip of grass longer than that? No. Actually, no, we have the sloped grass here. So if I put these units in here, it will snap every rotation except the one that I actually want, which is ever so frustrating. I want it so that the sloped edge goes against there and the corner is here, not there. But no matter how much I rotate it, I will not get that. So I reckon I'm going to have to do this again manually. So we will take matters into our own hands here. Which I think this is the grass that we want, isn't it? Yeah, pretty sure that's the grass we want. That's it. And now when it's up at this top level, that's three different types of grass there. I think I've put these foundation edges in the wrong type of grass. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be. Yeah, I've put them in the wrong type. That's really annoying. Yeah, that's the grass it's supposed to be. The lush green. So let's put in the correct type of grass, which is here. And here. And here. We will put in the grass slope here. Then we will bring it towards us. We need to make sure that the bottoms there line up. Then tuck it across here, like so. And then we can put the flat grass up on this tier. I'm trying to think how I can conceal this properly. I have an idea. These freestanding curbs... Oh, these ones do snap. Nice to know. If I place a curb here, and I place a curb here, like that, then place one across here. This will be covered by the stairs. Then I can place another one on top. Or maybe I won't be able to select it, which is handy. And bring that one down. That's what we want. Bring it across. And you know what? We're going to make this bigger. That's it. That way we create a little tier and a step that goes up into the grass area, which I don't think looks too out of place. Finally, we need some more landscaping. Yeah, that's the lush one. Need the slope to snap in here. This needs to overlap just enough to get it off the sidewalk, but to cover the garden. I have definitely put the wrong curbs here. This curb is incorrect, so I need to realign this with the correct curb. So that'll come under curbs. And there'll be one with lush grass, not this crappy flaky grass which I used before. That's the nice grass. There we go. Nicely replaced. This part here, I'm willing to wager, not that I'm thinking of getting away with anything, but I think it'll be unnecessary to put loads of park pieces in, or rather grass pieces. I think this entire section can be plugged with grass mounds. I mean, it's literally the edge of the sidewalk, so I think these would do it and serve it a lot more justice than what I could do with the park and curb pieces. There you go. I think that blends quite well. I'm going to put in a small grass piece for that very corner. I need to put one here for the seam. And I'll put another one just in this corner to cover that void space on the edge of the world. That's it. Now this retaining wall, I'm actually going to extend the retaining wall into the mayor's building so we complete this park area. I'll just make sure it hasn't gone into the building or is visible. Yeah, that's fine. That goes into the foundation. That's excellent. So we have this nice green space. And finally, the grass at the top, we'll use the thin strips just to fill in the top of the slope. Like so. It doesn't come through this side. Excellent. So we now have a nice grassy section here for people to enjoy. Now this area over here. Well, that planter is wrong anyway. And to be honest, I think this would be used as part of the defensive section we're going to be putting over here. So I'm not worried about that for now. That's probably going to have another purpose. One thing that does slightly concern me is the edge of this, which we're going to have to cover. What I'm going to do though, because these properties, I say properties, they're buses which have been converted, is going to need some defence. Now I remember a commenter during the building process of the top there. I do apologise, but I forget your name. You said I should use some more of these sandbags. Well, don't worry, we will be using quite a few of these when we fortify the front of this. Now I want this to be high enough that's bright blue. I mean, that's Minutemen blue, so that'd be good. Or should I put Jersey barricades? That's what I'm thinking about. No, I think these sandbag walls look great across the front here. So I mean, this will bulletproof the buildings, or rather the buses, against any kind of enemy incoming fire. So we're going to barricade the front. Like so. Oh, nope. Don't want to step out of that. Ooh, this is going to be tricky because we're right on the... Actually, what am I doing? I'm going to just turn the timeout off. So you can't place outside, but you can turn the timeout off so you can stand outside while placing placing structures like I'm doing right now. I don't even mind if these sandbags clip through this wall at the end of the day here. So I mean, these are all fortified up front. And of course these will dip ever so slightly as they come here. Now if I'm not mistaken, Homemaker's fences, I think it's fences, this is where I get it wrong. Miscellaneous barriers should have jersey barricades. Yes, it does. These. I'm going to place some jersey barricades and some extra reinforcements across the front here. So we'll have a couple of these. Some of these will be joined. So I'll have a few sections which are well joined. I think these are destructible if I'm not mistaken, these gravel walls, so I don't think I'm going to try that. We'll put a few of these for variety's sake. Okay, good. Those are permanent. They don't fall over, i.e. they don't have physics applied. I'm sure there's actually a command with Homemaker to turn the physics off, which I think is 0, but that's not something I've tried as of yet. Barricade panels. We might use some of these for the entrance. Yeah, I mean, if you're coming in here, it stands to reason you're going to walk straight through the Minutemen. Now, these have all been fortified with sandbags. Oh, that's not good. Let's make sure that you don't have sandbags in your home if you live here. That's never going to be good if you've got sandbags poking through. That's it. Okay, now to fortify the windows, I think we have some window shutters. Structures. I'm just thinking, under bunkers. Is it under bunkers in Homemaker, or is it under bunkers in the standard structures? No, Snap and Build has bunkers. Yes, it has shutters. The problem is, these are hollow in the middle because it expects to find a window plug. So I think I'm going to have to put these on and then rotate them. Okay, let's see if I can get this right here. $45.90. Change the axis. Whoa. Where the hell did that go? Okay, that's random. So if I put that up there. Whoa, okay, calm down. Right, so I've got 90 degrees. That's probably going to be inside the bus structure here. Yeah, it's probably in there. I got your back, guys. Don't trip, chocolate chips. I got you. Okay, I think I know what's gone wrong with that. Now it needs to be the y-axis. I think it needs to be the global axis, like that. This is going to be the thing where it's relative to the way I'm looking, isn't it? Yeah, the rotation point for this particular item is not going to work. So we're going to need another solution to this, different solution. I don't really want to put blinds, but blinds do kind of look like shutters. I wonder. I've just had a thought. Boxcars. These are very well standard parts. Okay, I don't think that's the way I want it. I mean, it looks okay, but that's going to take some work to get in the right place. Damn. Okay. Let's change the step back. Yeah, because if I rotate it that way, that's going to look really dumb. But I mean, these boxcar doors would do the trick. If we rotate them and drop these boxcar doors down just enough, then that would bulletproof these windows. I mean, you ain't shooting through that. I mean, it's just a touch too small. So let's put this up a little bit. And we'll create an armor plating across that. Okay, so turn it that way. We'll bank it ever so slightly backwards. And then we'll put this in the way. Needs to angle forwards. We'll conceal it within the sandbags. The sandbag platings. There you go. Needs to be perfectly straight, and that will then cover those windows. And you can kind of see the metal in the sandbags, but from a distance that looks basically negligible. So I'm happy with that. Yes, that's 2 boxcars armor plated. That's it. That's it. That needs to be banked towards it. These sandbag walls, I think, will have to come back just a few units to make way. I think I did put these a touch close. Here's the question, though. And this is going to be... Actually, no, I can just lock them. What am I doing? Because they're doors, I'm thinking that the settlers might, quote-unquote, open them when the fighting starts, which in some ways might be a cool concept. Like if I rigged these up to a mechanism, I could technically have them close when there's an attack. Like turn on an alarm and all of the windows close. But I think that would kind of be over-engineering a solution. I mean, this place gets attacked a lot, so having selectively opening windows would be a little bit counterintuitive. But I think that's nicely insulated. And we'll put in one more right here. We'll rotate it 90 degrees. We'll bank it ever so slightly that way. And we'll drop it down into place. I have a feeling that's a little bit off. Like that. How high do these go? Literally to the very, very top of the bus, so... They should almost only just cover the windows, as it were. Oh, for goodness sake. I've just messed up the rotation there. That's it, needs to be banked a little bit away. And get the angle just right again. There we go. Pull that a little bit away. The Z angle or Z axis will be top. There we go. That's now armor plated. So I'm gonna see if I can lock all of these. That's it. I say the reason I lock those is so that the settlers won't accidentally open them during an attack. So now if you live in here, you have significantly less light, but you're safe. You know, bullets aren't going to come through these windows and take you out while you're trying to have a cup of tea in your bus, in your house, as it were. Which is excellent. I might rig up a defense network of turrets across the top of these, which will be kind of loud if you live in the bus, but it'll be kind of loud for everybody. Now, pretty certain there is accessories which are bus doors. Is it just the one bus door we have, or... Oh, we do have these hatches, which I will put in because those will get in the way. You don't want to see those. Aha, okay. That's probably what the power thing was for. The headlights. We're going to put the headlights in, actually, because these will provide some extra natural light. There we go. Oh. Light bulb. Oh, okay. I think that's just out of range of our power source on the other end of the settlement. That's unfortunate, but we will extend the reach of this soon enough, so... Oh no, these are switched on. You just can't see the light from here. That's fine with me. These probably act as range extenders for lights, to be honest. We're okay with that. Excellent. So now we have bulletproof buses for people to live in. We're going to put the Minuteman markings on them. So we're going to visit our good friend Gruffy DD here and put in some Minuteman decals on the buses to show this settlement is under the guard and control of the Minutemen. Okay, the surface of these buses is very, very uneven. We'll stick with the one on each before I end up messing this up, like, horribly. Nice one. We could probably put searchlights on these, but that's going to be for another episode. Let's furnish these. Now, they do have the headlights going for them, but they're going to want some actual lights for them to live in here. Now, these are quite nice, quite compact little lights, which can adorn the bus. I say, my girlfriend was an amazing help coming up with the idea for this, so big, big props to her. So you've got 3 lights in here. I mean, this bus is well lit up from the headlights behind it, but it's only fair. The dwellers in these buses do have their own lights. I mean, for a little bus, this is actually quite cosy. I quite like it, actually. Now, beds. This will be 1 person to a bus. Okay, this is going to geographically snap, which I don't want, so we're going to have to do it manually. It's probably because the bus is too small. Cool, so I'll put 1 bed in there and 1 bed back here, configured to how the settler likes it. Nice. Accessories. They will of course have a door for each of their respective homes, because it's not home without a front door. Cheers, guys. Of course. So it's supposed to so you can get some nice happiness out of that. Imagine making a clinic out of this. I mean, it wouldn't be out of the question to have a clothing store in here. I mean, there could be a merchant. This is a market street after all. I mean, these do produce happiness, but that's fine. Over here you'll have your bus seats, which is integrating the actual structure of the bus, or what was there originally when we salvaged the bus and turned it into some extra living space. I want this, although it is a vehicle, I want this to feel like home. Now I've used these blue floor coverings way too much, so we're going to use this one in here. Now that hatch is going to get ever so slightly in the way, so this won't be centered, but it's fine. Homemaker decorations. We want some interior decorations. Now we do have these curtains. Now these are way too big. These, however, are not. I'm just trying to think of the perfect way to position these so that we create a home out of these buses. Well, if you're sleeping in the back here, this is obviously bulletproof, it's covered, you're not going to be seen through there. However, you will from this window. So it stands to reason that the person in this bus would have his curtains fully drawn. Like so. I mean, nobody wants to be seen sleeping. But I mean, if you do, you're probably a stranger person than me anyway. I think I can rotate this enough and position it so that it blends slightly more into the edge. Cool. You have a small pot plant in here too. Interior. I think you're going to have one more curtain on this side, which you would pull across when you are getting ready to sleep, which would fully make sense. Now, do we have a TV in here, or is that going to be under our decorations? Or no, it's going to be under furniture. It'll be under furniture, won't it? Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. That's a really banged up TV. I want the fresh looking TV. That's the TV. I'm going to sink that into the floor so that it's looking integrated. Ooh. So this needs to come forward a touch. Yeah, so the TV looks like it's integrated into the floor of the bus. Cool. You have a mounted creature. Wow, that's quite a big decoration. No, we will forget that for now. Containers. Have a small bedside table. It's going to be off center because it is a bit of a squeeze in here. It's a cozy squeeze though. I mean, this would be a place that even someone like myself might consider taking, if you're new to Jamaica Plain. Now, as this is a merchant who sells clothing, I believe we have under decorations, 'Decorations', 'Miscellaneous', 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 we have quite a few pieces of clothing racks and stuff. Like this. So let's put a peg with some clothing here. This person is likely to have quite a few. Got a coat rack up the front. That is nav meshes. They don't work, by the way. I tried using those nav meshes, but they don't really work. Minutemen flagpole. That's good for out front here. I've seen some more stuff. I've seen like an actual rack of clothing. Yeah, like an actual. That's it. The wheel rack. The wheelie rack. That could go there quite easily. That's full of dinner stuff. Bookshelves. You know, we can move this. We can get rid of this potted plant, and we can put a bookshelf in here to add some more homely features. Yeah, make sure the wood on the back is poking through like that, so we know it's in the correct space. You say some of the clutter here can actually sit on the table here, like that. So that means under do it your shelf, under the clutter, armor and clothing, we should be able to adorn this with some extra items, like so. Excellent. So we've got a clothing merchant. I mean, he lives here now. I mean, this isn't actually a bad little living space. You've got your beds, you've got your entertainment. You can get some food across the street. We'll put in a few pieces of personal effects from OC Decorator. I mean, the only place he really has for his food supplies, that is, and his beverages, is over on his cabinet. Because why wouldn't you have a bottle of wine? I believe I've got a whole bunch of purified water somewhere in here. Is that purified? Oh no, that's Deezer's lemonade. Purified water, that's what we're looking for. Surface snap, I want that on for these. This is definitely going to have quite a bit of water in here for his own personal use. He too, however, because we have a generator nearby, he would certainly have some coffee, because why wouldn't you have coffee in here? Got his ammo crate. We will put a gun in here for him. Now we need a lucky sod to man it. This guy with the torch is annoying, so he can be our new clothing merchant. Yep, you don't have a job. So you are our new clothing merchant. That's it, resource now assigned. And we'll assign him to the bed in here as well, so this is literally his home. Congratulations, you now have a home. Be happy. Be free. Be happy. Be very happy. Excellent. That actually looks quite nice. I like that. Hold on a moment. Where are our curtains gone? Oh, it double tapped when I removed that. It thought it was clamped. Damn. I'm going to have to replace the curtains. Curtains. Interior. There we are. Let's put some curtains over the cab as well. Actually, I think this curtain would just go straight through the cab more than anything. Yeah, so you probably have this kind of configuration going. Just bring this up to the ceiling, like that. There we go. So you can still, if you wanted to, technically, let's lock that. So you could still technically get up in the driver's seat and have a look out the cab if you really wanted to, but you now have a curtain which separates it. But this is your home, and you would learn to like this place. It's quite cozy, actually. I could imagine myself living here. You've got books, you've got a TV, you've got your clothes hung up, you've got a business. It's relatively safe, it's bulletproofed. The General has really cared about your position here. And that actually looks quite atmospheric. It looks secure from the front there. Okay, now candidate number 2. So you live in here. This person is probably going to have their own market stall out front with a guard for the night time. So this will be more an actual home. He would probably have a junk store, if I'm honest. He'd probably just sell crap and general items. We do need to build a clinic here, so we might have one of those houses double up as a clinic at some stage. That house can actually be replaced with a prefab if I wanted to, which I probably do because we actually need more houses. That's fine though. So let's create a home out of this. Now this person would probably favour having actual furniture rather than integrating the parts of the bus in with it. So we can imagine this person has torn out what was there. They're a single person on their own. They probably won't want a couch. Maybe they want to save a little bit of space, you know. Excuse me. So they won't have that. I'm just looking for one particular item, which I know is here. That's the stereo. Turn off surface snapping so we can place this as and how we like. They would have a stereo in here. That have their own little bin up the front, little trash can. Ashtray, no. I mean, they could have a grill out the front. They could have like a communal grill, actually. Nice little communal grill. That seems a bit too high for somebody to use, so we'll lower that down a tad. Floor coverings. They would have quite a... Let's have a couple of small floor coverings. Let's even this up a little bit. That would need to be across just a tad. They're clamped together. That's the one time the clamping has actually made a difference. In a good way, for me, that is. The dresser, yeah. I mean, he has got his own stuff here. He is well established. Just need some kind of box. Actually, the safe has a really nice archaic looking effect of somebody who has valuables to hide but has run out of space in his home. So that really works out. Across here, I mean, he would have storage because he might keep some of his stock in here. Not all of it, of course. But during the night, he might put his valuable stock back here. So over here, we'll put his doofle bag. Gonna have to turn off the surface snapping. I have a couple of duffel bags with supplies in them. His own personal medikit. You never know when things might go wrong, right? He would, as a general store person, he would definitely keep a few ammo boxes. I mean, ammo boxes are a way to make a very good profit margin. So that would make perfect sense. There's definitely... Where is there? I was going to say not enough space for a desk, but... If we put in a small chair... Like so... he's a general store owner. It wouldn't be out of the question for him to take some personal effects, some items which have been bought from his customers, you know, looking a little bit weary, a little bit busted, and then restoring them to make a profit. So let's give this guy a few tools. He's got a metal desk where he can keep a lot of his equipment. Magnifying glass for those really tricky fixes. I reckon... Can I get a paint tub down here? Is this under components? Paint? No. Chemical and paints. Of course, it's going to be under paints. So we'd have some blue paint. Oh, for goodness sake. Some blue paint. Be some yellow paint. One that's empty. That's not out of the question. One that's balancing there, some blue paint. A makeshift battery. Oh yeah, just run out of light bulbs. Fuses. You'd need a few of those while you're fixing. That looks more like a wrench than anything, so you can go on there. Box of spare components. is. Cool. And what would be this person's project at the moment? He'd be repairing something. I mean, this Assaultron circuit board, he's got a delicate hand, he'd be fixing one of these. I mean, that looks like it could be big money if he sells that on his stand. So, again, stands to reason. Have an Assaultron circuit board. Bit of tech. So again, this guy has got... Oh, that's the water. Don't want to scrap that. So if I scrap that, a whole corner of this pond disappears. I want to do that. No, 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 no. So this guy's got entertainment. He's got a stereo to listen to. Place to put his rubbish. Medical equipment and tools. No, I want chems. This guy would, you know, a lot of people in the Commonwealth have their ailments. Why not relax at the end of the day after a puffer jet? Bit of Med-X. Sprinkling of Mentats on your old on your stereo there. I mean, who's going to come in here and raid it, right? Have a couple of these on the bus's dashboard. Excellent. Now, interior decorations. We want curtains again. Those again, way too big. These are not. So this guy is going to have a curtain partition in the bus so that he can create a bed, almost chamber at the back of his living space. And again, he would also have a partition to the front of the bus to block that out. Curtains for his living space in here. That should be tucked back just a touch. This window wouldn't be quite as important, so he would probably have these open. Not that he's really got anywhere to pull them, but they're good little bits of a homely touch. Which is kind of what you want in a small place like this. There you go. So you got two little places to live. They still need to have some finishing touches, which I'll do off camera. We need to find somewhere to live here now. Someone to live there. So we've got another attack. Let me just quick save that before I lose everything. Some gunfire. Probably super mutants from the Shore High School. Looks that way. Yeah, we have a little promenade. That does actually look like a home now. I think if I put maybe like a touch bit of art on the outside, decorate it a little bit with a few home touches here. Maybe even put like a makeshift garden or a makeshift plot at the front just so that this person looks like they're really making it a home. That would look great. I need to put a bit of concrete under here to hide the gap here, but that's fine. That is absolutely fine. But I think that's enough for this episode. I may change this out for some nicer looking concrete, but that's yet to be seen. This is where I'm going to leave you. I'm quite happy with the result of that. We've got 2 extra houses, some more green space, which is in keeping with Jamaica Plains theme. We've got a few finishing touches to do, but that is fine. So yeah, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. thank you very much for tuning in. If you've lasted this long, you are the real OG. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really helps me out. Tell your friends, tell your mother, your father, your brother, your dog, whatever. Just tell everybody, okay? The Commonwealth will be amazing once we're finished. But until the next one, take care, peace out, see you later.